So first we'll name the project and we'll call it digestive disorders. Okay. Then we can have a place for a research question, research questions and purpose statement. And let me just grab those real quick. Sorry about that. So here, alrighty. So just grab this. So here's our purpose statement. And I'm just going to copy and I'm going to paste. Okay, so here's our purpose statement. All right. And then I also want to put in my research questions. So one research question, what are the experiences of people with digestive disorders? Okay. And then I'm going to add a second research question, which is how do people with digestive disorders cope with them? Alrighty. And then with my name, project name, purpose, research questions, I'm ready to submit. That's step one. So let's make sure this is okay. So that's step one. The second step is to get data in, and you can upload Word files, again, Word files or PDFs, transcripts, or just start pasting in or typing in there. So let's just upload some files, and I'm going to grab Brett and Sarah. And it just takes a second for them to be available, ready for use. Perfect. And these transcripts are approximately 15 pages each. So, okay, I'm realizing I did that kind of quickly. So if anybody needs an extra second to get uploaded so I don't lose you, just raise your hand, and then Ashley, if you can communicate with me that, hey, gosh, we're all up to speed or we need a minute. I'll give folks a minute to do that. Ashley, we okay to go forward?
Yes, I was allowing about 15 seconds, but I don't have any raised hands or Q&As. Yeah, I think we're good. Yep.
Okay,
Let's continue.
Awesome. So, so we have two transcripts. So let's start coding, and I'll code in 3 different ways. The first way is I will do inductive coding. So as I say that I'm not coming in with any code book, we do have deductive coding for those that do have a code book, code names, code descriptions. And this process on average takes 1 minute and 11 seconds, but it could take up to typically, it could be 2 minutes. And it doesn't take too much longer if you have 30 pages or 630 pages. It's just a few minute process. So for our 30 pages, it's found 6 unique codes and 110 excerpts. And I can just apply those to the project. And you can see, what's been coded here. And here are the codes over here. So the next step with the inductive auto coding would be to go in now and look at those details of each one of those 6. So does that code name make sense? Diagnostic challenges. Okay. The description of that, this is really the code. Okay. All right. Codes related to this because we're talking about codes. And then the excerpts, and do they all kind of make sense? So we want to do that for each and every code. Okay? So that's one way of pure AI with oversight of coding. I can also go through and say, well, this looks like an interesting passage. Okay? And to get some support in naming that passage, and I can go to add code and go to AI assist. And what the AI is going to do is now suggest a name and a description for that code. Okay. So now we have yet another code. All right. And this can scoot over here a little bit too. Keep things there. And then the third one is to just do a pure manual coding process. Um, and I'll just grab this. So let me just add a code first. I'll just name this resilience. Resilience, okay. So I have that resilience there. And what I can do is, once that's highlighted, I can just hit the plus sign. And now it ties that excerpt to that code. So what we just accomplished is 3 ways of coding: pure AI, hybrid AI / human analyst, and then purely all human analyst. All right. So let's go to the next step. So the next step is to thematize. And analogously, we have 3 modes of thematizing. So first would be to go to the AI tools, go to automatic thematizing. And as I mentioned in that brief PowerPoint, it's the AI and statistical analysis are being used here to come up with an optimal number of themes. So between those 2 methodologies, there are 4 themes. Okay, and those are the prospective theme names, and those are the codes that go with it. I can just apply that to the project. Alrighty. So just as in the auto thematizing, in the auto coding, we'll want to vet the auto thematizing by going into each of the themes and then looking at the theme name, suggested theme name, theme description, and then the code that goes with it, an excerpt. Okay, so that's one mode. The second mode of thematizing is with the AI assist. So here, I can, let's see here. So I can generate, hang on a second here. I can have AI assist, so I can select particular themes, different codes to go with it. Okay. Different codes to create a theme. And the AI will now suggest a theme name and a theme description, and I can add that. It will ask to reassign the codes or not. You can take them from their previous themes and put them into this new theme if you'd like. Okay. So that's a second mode. And the third mode is just a manual to enter in a theme name and theme description. And then I would just put a code, move that into that new theme. So those are the 3 broad ways of thematizing. All righty. The last part of the process is the insights. So here I can now tie that research question. So I have 2 research questions, and I can tie them to the particular themes. So one way to do that is to use AI to suggest them. And so for that first research question, it's looked at challenging and comprehensive health and lifestyle management. Okay, so it's selected those 2 and then submit. So what this process has done is it has tied that research question to that theme and then provided a rationale for why that theme and that research question should be together. And then some other, the codes that go with it. Next, it has the second theme and why it goes together with that research question and the rationale for that. We also have other things that can happen, which is drill into the theme description So I can go to theme description. I can select my theme. Okay. And then I can select well, let me select a good one here, a better one. So select the theme, and then I can select representative excerpts and hit submit. And here I'm starting to drill into the theme. So here's the theme. Here is the theme description, which we don't have print ready until now, the codes that go with it, and then the supporting excerpts. Okay. We can also have an excerpt list of all the excerpts. Future iterations of Intellectus Qualitative will have a mode of looking at inter-rater reliability, or CAPAs, and we'll have that excerpt list and those themes that you'll be able to present to potential raters. And is a memo list. And what the memo list has done is it's documented some of the activity that we've done here, which is upload transcripts, create a code, and so forth. And then all of this downloads into an editable Word document. And it's sitting over here. Okay, so, and in that insights document, we have that research question rationale portion. And you could do that for, obviously, for both research questions. Then we getting into the kind of the theme description for comprehensive health and life management. Those and supporting excerpts. Then we have an excerpt list. This can go on for quite a bit. And then we have a memo list and then reference. Alrighty. Other aspects, I can, let's just do a few other things here. So one is, I can go to transcripts. And what did I want to do here? So one thing I can do is I can export this theme and codes. And so I can go here and export this. And in that code book, and the code book can be imported as well. So here I have the codes and themes. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I have the codes and themes. Let me just make this wrap. So here I have the a theme with a description, name and description. Okay. And then when it comes to the codes, I have the code, name, and description. It's identified as a code, and then the theme that it's tied to. So these can be for the deductive case where I already have specific things that I'm looking for. I can upload that code book and then run deductive on that, and then let the AI kind of see what passages fit that. And I think with that, let me get to the Q&A a bit. Minimize these, minimize these. Okay, and okay. So let's see if I can pop this over here. So how does does the process have to be done for each transcript? Or does it analyze the data for all the transcripts at once? So yes, the win is that it answers, it looks at all the transcripts at once. So it has gone through, if we looked at the excerpt list, you'll see that both Brett and Sarah interviews have been analyzed. So yes, it's doing it for all of those. So yes, I asked because it's so right. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Thanks. It's the theme and rationale button. So I'm not sure. Hi there, Dr. Pringle. Nice to see you. I'm not sure the question there.
So
Okay.
Jim, Dr. Pringle had asked the question previously that Marlon answered. So the
Okay.
question was, what tab should they select to tie the RQ to the theme? or the
I
rationale of
say.
the question,
So
the
yeah,
rationale, and yes.
so that's going to be under the research question rationale.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I want to again emphasize this came out of people watching the demo and wanting things. So if you have thoughts about it would be nice if, feel free to put that through. This would not be there without an individual saying, I needed to tie to the research question. And we were able to execute on that. Okay, can we upload themes manually and then have AI? Can we upload themes manually and then have AI thematize for us? So yeah, so you can have, you can upload with that code book. Let me get here. Go back here. So yeah, so you can import your themes, okay? You can, and then with those themes, use the AI auto thematizing. Actually, I'm not sure that's going to be the best way to do that. So with themes, a priori themes, I think you're going to have to bucket those. I think you're going to have to bucket your codes underneath. Marlon, I may be missing out on this. So the AI, yeah. So if we have a priori themes,
Well, I think there still should be the coding process of actually assigning excerpts to those themes. So once you've uploaded your code book, you can run deductive coding to find excerpts related to those provided codes and themes.
that would be for the codes, but then for the a priori themes, I think that's got to be a manual process of tucking, right? Of tucking.
So to clarify, excerpts can only be assigned to codes in qualitative, but you can have the codes themselves are tied to the themes. So it's an indirect relationship there.
I'm not sure you've answered the question. Can we upload themes? Can we upload themes manually? Yes, and then have AI thematize for us. So I'm not okay. And Ashley seems like she's getting at that with you. Okay, and we're happy to talk offline about that. But I'm not sure that we did answer that question now. Okay. All right. Other questions? And I have something in the chat. What do we have here? Okay, so chat is just contact info. That's fine. Okay, got it. All right. Other questions you might have? One of the things that someone brought up yesterday was, can I have sub-themes? And that answer is yes. I can take a theme here. So theme has got that icon here. And then everything else is indented in. I can take that theme and then tuck it underneath here. So now I have the primary theme with codes, and then I have a sub-theme in there with its code. So you can have codes, sub-themes, and then themes. Okay. So for those that are uploading data or uploaded data, how are you doing? How did the process work for you? We'll give it a minute or so. I know I
And
went through that. Please.
oh, no, I was going to say, feel free to raise your hand and I can, take you off mute. And that way you can, ask your question. Jim, I see that there is
Yep.
another question here in the Q&A from Maria.
Got it. So is there a limit for the number of pages or words allowed for each transcript? No, there's not. So you can have as many transcripts and as much as you want. That's completely accurate. Is that true, Marlon? Let's just
So I think there is probably an upper limit, but it is well beyond. I've tested it up to like 5,000 pages, so I don't think that there would be any practical limitations.
For these use cases here. Got it.
Correct, correct.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right. Good question. Good question. Other questions? See here. I don't see any other questions at the moment, which is okay. Okay, hi. I have uploaded my transcripts, great, and utilize inductive coding, great. Can you speak to the next step with the data that is exploratory? Absolutely. So we can see that these codes here, right? Diagnostic challenges, gut health and chronic illness and digestive tract inflammatory and malabsorption. So those were AI generated. The next step is to go in and go to the details of each of those AI codes and look to make sure that there's coherence between the code name or suggested code name, code description, okay, and the excerpts that go with that. So that's the next step in it. And then you would do the same thing for the thematizing process. So every time you touch into the AI, you're going to want to vet that outcome. Okay. Let's see here. Seemed very short, not comprehensive enough if the aim is to inform researchers. I'm not sure what's short, my description of it, or can you say more there, Christian? I'm not sure which part you would like more details on. When is Kappa going to be available? Marlon, you want to take that?
So so we actually had a version of Kappa, but I think we elected to suspend that feature. Uh,
Yeah. How about the new Kappa coming out? I think that's the question. When might that be? You want to give a ballpark?
well, I'm not sure we have a new Kappa in development. Sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
So to be able to have the functionality of sending themes and excerpts to outside raters, being able to have the process look at that integrated reliability either among raters or with a researcher in raters, and then calculate that cap and be able to report back into the insights document.
Oh, well, we're probably still several months away from that, but
Got it. Okay. So sorry, in the meantime, the old-fashioned way, which is sitting down and just so, but how can we support that? So you can do it manually because you'll have the excerpt list, okay, that you can download here, or you can download it here. So you can have all the excerpts and then just number them. And then you can grab all of the different themes and descriptions here. So, and then you would just send prospective raters both the themes and descriptions and the excerpts, and then they would do a matching task. And then you would calculate kappa thereafter. Okay. Other questions? Or feedback? What did you like or would like to see in the tool? Would be interested in hearing from that, about that. Just give another few minutes. So we've sought to make this simple. So that's the intention here. Let me just, while we're waiting for other questions, let me just do two other quick things. So let me just say that we have a 20 lesson course that can accompany this. It's competency based, can be put behind your LMS. And just to know that there's courses that can go with this thing, accompany this. Let me also say and put a plug in for Intellectus Statistics, which is our quantitative tool. I know you're here for qualitative, but just to know that we have a tool that you can upload any different files, manage data as usual, plot data as usual, because some of the different types of plots. But the key here is that all the analyses from descriptives to structural equation modeling, all the assumptions are built in, and the tables and figures are in APA format, and the analysis is interpreted. So here, the model was not significant, APA table, and downloads. So if you'd like more information about Intellectus Statistics or its courses, feel free to reach out to Melissa or Ashley. Ashley would be a great person, right fit today. So Qual tool with AI and courses, the quantitative tool with courses. And I think there's some more questions coming in. Okay, the ability to import codes and have AI code them as well as theme. I love the alignment of the research questions. Thank you. I haven't collected data yet. Always good to ask questions, Kimberly, before you get data collected. So that's wise. But it's been very low information. Help me understand how the themes are generated. Okay. Okay, thank you. This comes across. So, okay. So if someone would like to share their project and actually work through their own particular, happy to do that. If you're doing systematic review, any prospect of doing systematic reviews using Intellectus Statistics. So like in a lit review, Anna, is that the question? Or what kind of systematic reviews? Maybe we could take Anna off or to understand that use case.
She's unmuted. Oh,
Okay.
she may be muted on her end.
Okay. Hi, Anna.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I just completed 2 systematic reviews. And if you have not done one lately, they are a 2-year process. And I used, I believe, 10 or 11 different tools that are in the literature to do each kind, a qualitative study, another systematic review, etc. And they are published. Okay, different tools. It would be wonderful if Intellectus Statistics could merge those together. I see it as a great possibility so that it, quote, doesn't take 2 years, because some of your data gets old by the time you've actually finished the process.
So your data source would be each of those reviews, and that would be your
No, the data source are instruments, and they are like a survey that you go through and you score. You score each one of these. And
a quantitative score or a quantitative score?
Either one. There are some for each kind. There are some for case studies. And you could, you could put those together so that if nothing else, I mean, I had the most complicated spreadsheet you can imagine on the one that just was published. And the one coming for publication, I keep saying it's going to be too old because it took me 2 years to work through all of those. And then I had to get the inter-rater reliability. It is a long process. And they now say it takes about 2 years. So look for trying to mastermind the systematic review. And that would be a wonderful thing to get information out there about, best practice, state of the art, or to answer a research question.
Would you be so kind as to email Ashley? I think Ashley's email address is in the is in the coding.
I have her email.
And if you wouldn't mind, say, here's my inputs. This is what I'd like you to do on the output.
Okay.
To me,
can
that's
do
the
that.
simplest way to kind of and then we'll figure out, okay, how can we do that if we can do that, and how can we use AI to assist in streamlining that process a bit?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, I'll be
Yeah.
glad to do that.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
would be awesome. And if you send me that, I promise to get back to you.
Thank you. I will.
My pleasure. Thank you. Do you plan on doing future webinars on deductive process? Well, let's just do it right here. So let's just do it right here. We have a minute. So I've downloaded that code book. So here's the code book. So code book, let me just save it to my desktop. Okay, code book to desktop. All right, and then let's go to, let's just create a new project. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and put this in. Okay. Okay, and I think we probably want to.
Just a minute, because I have ice cream.
I think we want to mute. Okay. All right. So, all right, and then we can go to import. Okay. All right, and then the code book. Okay. So now here I have my code book, which has my code name, code description, but no excerpts. Then I can go to the AI tools and go to deductive. Oops. Okay, so there must be a transcript in there. Okay. Duh. So if you don't have transcripts loaded up, it's not going to be able to excerpt things. Okay. So we like the warnings. Okay. So here, Sarah and Brett. All right. All right. So now I have the transcripts and codes and code names without excerpts. Right. And you can see the zeros there. So we have no excerpts there. Then I can go to deductive coding. All right, and again, it takes a few minutes. Just drilling through that. And you'll get tired of me saying it, but once we have the excerpts, you're going to want to review those. Okay. So we have the 6 codes, 118 excerpts. We're going to apply them. So, and what it's done is it's applied it both to the transcripts, but importantly, it's applied it to the codes themselves. So I can go to details. And then here is my preloaded code and description. And then here are my new excerpts that go with it. So you want to make sure that those go together with that code. So that's the simple process of deductive coding. All right. Other questions? Other questions? If anyone would like trials of the qualitative tool or the quantitative tool, or would like to see the courses, or would like a demo for you and your colleagues, feel free to reach out to Ashley, and we'll certainly get that arranged for you. And I'll just give another moment for final questions. All right. Ashley, Marlon, Janine, any thoughts, questions, or things that need to be addressed before we wrap up here?
Nothing from my end.
I don't think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
All
I don't have
good. All
anything.
right.
Yeah.
You're good, Ashley?
Yep, I don't have anything. If you all have any questions, my email address and phone number, they are in the it's in the chat there. Everyone will receive a recording of the session today. And the access to the qualitative application will be active until tomorrow. So you all have, about a day and a half or so to go in and kind of peruse through and use at your leisure. So if you have any questions, though, please feel free to reach out to me and I'd be happy to get those addressed for you.
Thank you. And I just put up for trials, demo, consulting, pricing, Melissa, Ashley, our phone number and our website. So thank you all so much for your great questions and your attention. And we look forward to using it and share it with others, both students and faculty, and even in your organizations. I know some folks are here with .orgs attached to it. So feel free, if you're a nonprofit or even a for-profit, feel free to reach out. So thank you so much, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the week. Okay. And with that, I'll say thank you. Bye all.